Okay, first round. Ooh, this thing needs some red mana, something fierce, but we're on the draw, and we've got a Boros Elite into a Boros Mastiff. If we can hit a red mana, oh baby. We're going to hit him for a ton of damage, so we're going to try for that. If not, we can send in the Mastiff and maybe get a trade out of a Shielded Passage or something like that. All right, our opponent has mulliganed to 6. All right, it looks like he's keeping 5. Oh, jeez. Now any land will be fine. Doorkeeper? Oh, it's not too bad. Well, yeah, I'm drafting. What else would I be doing? All right, looks like our opponent's playing a little slowly here, so I'm going to be pausing, I think. We're obviously bluffing here, but it feels like a free roll. I mean, he's going to block, but I don't think that there's any downside to attacking there, so I attacked. All right, here's a Boros Massive. So if we hit a mountain off the top, we're going to be in pretty amazing shape. Plains is pretty good too here, though. But this is what we would have done anyway, so we still have that one turn to draw the mountain. And then the assault will begin. Do we attack here? Absolutely not. So he's got to kill one of these guys. Okay. So he conceded the match. That's a little bit of a bummer for the video because I really wanted to try out the deck and show you guys what it could do, but I think it also does speak to the power level of a deck like that, where he clearly stumbled a bunch and was frustrated. He was playing multiple colors, and he just said, look, I can't beat this a solid Boros deck. And we didn't even see the other color from us, so he clearly, he gave up way too soon there. I still had 2 more full games to go if he wanted, even if I won that one. And it wasn't even clear that I was going to do that. So, but anyway, people are scared of Boros, I think, is the moral of the story here. And hopefully we'll show them why in the second round. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of extra footage here just because that round was so lame. And I don't want to just have like a 0-1. So we're going to play a modern 2-man because I love this deck and it's fun. And yeah, why not? We're definitely not going to mulligan. So this is red, white, blue control. It's a deck I made. A lot of people run it. I happen to have the cards that I like in it, but I mean, there's a whole bunch of different stuff going on there, going on here. Yeah. So basically, it's a control deck. It's usually pretty good about containing creature-based decks. It has good, reasonable sideboard against non-creature-based decks. All right, he's got a birds, and we're gonna kill the birds. Yeah, kill that. And we're just going to pass the turn again here. We're working our way up to a Cryptic and a Johnny type mana here. We've only got another Lightning Bolt to hold us back, but that's fine. Yeah, red, white, blue control. Here, I can actually just show it to you. I think I have it up here. Yeah, that's it right there. That's the list. there's a bunch of interchangeable parts in decks like this. This is just the one that I happen to like the most. All right, let's see what he's got for his turn 2. He could be up against a bunch of different decks. Biggest concern here, I mean, the most likely deck that we're facing down is Melarapod. It's a very, very popular deck, and it's also very good. It can win out of nowhere. It can grind you out. It's a tough, tough deck to beat. Looks like he's got nothing. All right, that's great. Good to see that. Sure. Another Cryptic Command, so that's really good for us. And we get to just pass a turn again. So he still hasn't done anything. If we can kill something here with a lightning bolt and then slam a Johnny Vengeant on like this, or maybe even his forest, we can be in pretty good shape here. Johnny's clearly powerful on an open board. All right, Kitchen Finks is annoying. We can bolt it now and then Helix it with a Johnny Vengeant. That's not the worst plan. Although it's also not a great plan. But I really want to play a Johnny, and we have to wait for him to attack us. Otherwise, I could also just do that. Yeah, that's probably a good play. I'm just going to do that. Jeez, all the Cryptic Commands. So we're going to let him hit us with Kitchen Finks here, and then I'm going to counter whatever he does this turn, and then I'm going to play a Johnny and lock down Kitchen Finks. I don't really want to leave it alive. It is part of a combo where they can gain billions of life and such, but I kind of like this line a little better. It starts getting us through our deck as well, since we've drawn 3 of our 4 Cryptics. Start hitting some of these lower cost cards too would be nice. Yeah, I love Modern. I played a lot. Just came back from Grand Prix Portland. I was doing coverage there with my friend Zach Hill. We were in the booth together, had a wild, exciting ride there. It was a good event. Hopefully some of you guys tuned in to check it out. All right, Birthing Pod is the easiest card in the whole wide world to decide to get. We've got all our colors for basically everything. I can take a couple more damage from the Sacred Foundry, or I can just grab a mountain. Just grab a mountain, I suppose. What the hell? Mountain looks weird. Interesting. I can counter this and just bounce this Sphinx. I'm going to do that. I'm going to just tempo this guy out. I've got Cryptic Commands and a Johnny Vengeant. I'm going to lock this thing down. He can play Kitchen Finks again if he wants, and then I can just bolt it the next time he attacks. I have a lot of great options there. All right, what does this card do? This. So, if the best thing he can do here is play Kitchen Finks, and it is, then we're in pretty decent shape here. All right, we've even got a Tech Edge now as well. And I can Snapcaster Lightning Bolt. So if I let him attack a Johnny, I can play Snapcaster Mage and target Lightning Bolt, then just block with Snapcaster Mage. Kitchen Finks dies, comes back, and then I can bolt it. These are all fairly solid plays. I'm going to keep him off of white mana here. And I'm just going to say go. I mean, he's going to send in Kitchen Finks, but what else am I going to do? I wouldn't mind Tech Edging him here, too. I can keep him off of white. I can't keep him off of black or green, though. Keeping off of white's probably okay. It keeps him from, like, Revel Arc, things like that. All right, so let's do this. Here he comes. If I had another mana, if I had another land, I'd just be Snapcastering back Cryptic Command, but in this case I'm not. Oops. So target lightning bolt. Have you guys seen this card? Oh my god. So sweet. And block. So he gets back this. But we protect our Johnny Vengeant, which is pretty important here. And he is going to pass the turn, so we're going to do this. And then I wonder if I just Tech Edge. I mean, if we do the Johnny Vengeant plan to completion, then Tech Edge doesn't, it's kind of useless. But if the Tech Edge gets us to that point, oh, he's got a Chord of Calling here. So he can chord for 2. Okay. What is he going to get, though? I don't really know. Melira doesn't do it anymore because this already has a counter on it, and Melira says they can't have counters placed on them, but if they're already on them, then they stay. Cartel Aristocrat. I guess he can just sack it, whatever. It doesn't. I'm just going to bolt it anyway. All right. You have a Cartel Aristocrat, although only temporarily. Ooh, Electrolyze? Electrolyze might be greedy here. I think I'm just going to bolt, because that way I can leave Cryptic Command up as well. Just do that now before he untaps so he doesn't, he can't do like another Chord of Calling for something else or whatever. So now we've got double Cryptic and a Johnny, and we are ticking him up to ultimate here, potentially. We still do need to draw like a Celestial Colonnade so that we can start beating him down. It becomes fairly trivial to win at some point. Yeah, so I think he saw the writing on the wall here that we have 3 cards in hand and a Johnny Vengeant on 6, and he wasn't going to be able to get through it. Assuming that he is what we think he is, which I'm pretty sure that's what's going on here. Purge can come in because that can hit Murderous Red Cap. I kind of like Supreme Verdicts versus him as well. They often just go with this like really grindy game 2 plan with like Gavany Townships and just creatures and just try to get you. Spell Snare hits Melira. Cartel Aristocrat is probably worth keeping in. Is it Charm Helix or good? Leak is just okay. I'm going to take out the leak. We're on the draw here. It's not even that good. Hey, he stole my thing. All right, let's see what he brings to the table this time. Modern resources. Not quite ready for that yet. All right, this looks like a keep, though. I would really prefer to have some form of disruption in my opening hand. But what is that? Oh, that's from a draft I did before. That one sucked. I had a sweet deck, but I lost in the first round. I wasn't recording it either. I actually was really wishing I would have recorded it. Or if this is a pod, ooh, this is bad news for us. We're not in a good place here. Why does that mountain look like that? I mean, I like the art, but why is it just blanked out like that? So yeah, if he sacks this thing, we could be in big trouble here. Him having stuck a Birthing Pod's like a major issue. He's gonna Thoughtseize away, I guess, Electrolyze here. This isn't going to be relevant forever. And Vendilion Click isn't that good versus him. So, yeah, he's going to take away our Electrolyze. Now, the good news is we have a billion outs to try to hit something to kill whatever he either pods into or that. He can get a Voice of Resurgence here. It's kind of good. Ooh, Viscera's Seer. That's a good one. Yeah, I can see why he took Electrolyze now. Is he going to sack this and get Melira? If he does, that means all he needs is Kitchen Finks, and he can have infinite mana, or infinite life, and then he can sack it to get Murderous Redcap and just kill us. But we can draw a Bolt, a Helix, a Path, the other Electrolyze, not a Wrath, and we can interrupt it. Oh, he's got two. This is weird. He's got... that's kind of strange. There's a Spell Snare. There is a snare. All right, I'm just going to say go here. I'm not going to Vendilion click him until end step. Because if he just has... If his plan is to just play Melira and then sack this to get Kitchen Finks, then we can get that. We can get him. If he already has Kitchen Finks and he sacks this to get Melira, then we're kind of dead. Lingering Souls is fine, though. I mean, I'm not happy about it, but it's fine. See what he attacks with here. He might send in the Cartel Aristocrat. Oh. He's going to send in both. Well, I'm going to Vendilion click here. And I am just going to target him still. Normally I just target myself because I want to get these cards out of my hand. I guess I could get the Spell Snare out of my hand. Yeah, I'll target myself. Both of these cards are pretty bad right now. Hey, look, another one. Well, he'll never put us on Spell Snare, I suppose. And I'm going to block here. If I block the Aristocrat, then it just trades for a token, but here I can actually make him do... Oh, geez, he's getting very aggressive. But blocking this means he can't sack it to this to get a 2-drop, so that's probably good for us. So he sacked a Spirit to scry 1. Okay. He sacked another Spirit to scry 1. Maybe I screwed this up. What is he up to here? He still needs to draw that card, though. And now his Viscera Seer's dead. Okay, well, this is good for us. If I can find a Bolt or something. Of course I don't. Alright, well, we're just going to Tech Edge him, I suppose. Take that second black mana away in case he's drawn into the Murderous Redcap, I guess. Of course, makes our Sphinx's Revelation kind of miserable, but I mean, right now, I feel much more comfortable if I could bolt this thing. Yeah, he can't cast Murderous Redcap if that's what he has in his hand. It's not, it's a bird. Alright. So you can sack that to get Melira. So he's still at one piece away, though. He needs to draw something. And if I can find a piece of spot removal at some point in here, too, that would help out a ton. Or just Wrath. Is he going to sack this? He can interchange pieces pretty freely. He can sack this to get a Finks and then get this to get Melira, but then he needs a sack outlet, which is why I blocked this thing. Yeah, he's just going to get a Finks here. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's annoying, but it's fine. Path to Exile would be very sweet right here. Flashback that. Yeah, you got it. This is a non-Path to Exile card. Play this, and I'm just going to Sphinx's Revelation for 1 here. Not right here, but on end step. I'm gonna let him spell. I'm gonna let him walk in a Spell Snare just in case he draws something here. We're not dead yet, though. He still needs a repeatable sack outlet to kill us. he can get one or the other. Like, he can get Melira, and then he has Finks Melira but no sack outlet, or he can get the sack outlet by getting a Viscera Seer, but then he doesn't have Melira. So he wants both, but he doesn't have it. So here goes this. So there's Melira. Now, if he drew a Viscera Seer, then we're dead. I mean, we're not actually dead. He can just gain infinite life, and we can never kill him. But if he drew Cartel Aristocrat, then we can get it. Sure. All right, he's just doing that. Whoops. So, that sucks. Oh, well. Got to take some more damage here. Gain a life back. And it's a colonnade. All right. Well, you guys can see the issue here. This one's pretty straightforward. We're just drawing too many lands. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're like almost dead here anyway. Our outs have been wildly diminished. And now he's got the combo. So I'm just going to concede here. I guess I'll let him do it for a little while just so you guys can see what he's going to do. He's going to get a Viscera Seer. He's going to sacrifice Kitchen Finks. It has Persist. When it enters the battlefield, it gets a -1/-1 counter. But Melira says creatures you control can't have -1/-1 counters placed on them. So it enters the battlefield. He gets to gain 2 life. He gets to scry as well. And he can just repeat that process as many times as he wants. We had a guy on camera, Sam Pardee. He decided that 300 trillion life was the correct amount. And yeah, we even took a screenshot. We said that on the thing. All right, so he doesn't want to just kill us, but I'm going to do this just in case because our round could be... never mind. It looks like it's about a mile off. I guess I should have just let him... Oh, no. There, it updated. Yeah, so our round could be up pretty shortly here, so we got to be careful. I don't like Batterskull. I like Mana Leak a lot better. Maybe I just bring in these Stony Silences. I really hate bringing in stuff like that, but I think it's probably worth it. Shadow of Doubt's good versus him. All this removal's good versus him, and I'm going to take these snares out. They were really pretty bad. I can interrupt his combo with Surgical Extraction. That's probably worth it. That's actually probably worth it. Like, if I manage to nab... Like, if I get one of his key pieces, then he has a much harder time beating me. I've got 3 Supreme Verdicts and 2 Sphinx's Revelations. I can win the long game if I need to. I'll cut this Purge. It's pretty narrow. Johnny's okay versus him, but not really amazing. It can lock down some stuff. I think I still like it, though. Is it Charm's one of the few ways I can get that thing? Yeah, let's take last Spell Snare. That's what I want to do. All right, there we go. Spellskite, unfortunately, doesn't prevent his combo from happening. It's all sack outlets, and when it targets, he can just, if he does it with Murderous Redcap, he can just do it over and over and over and over until I'm dead. We will play first. Shadow of Doubt, but we can't cast it. Yeah, I just can't keep this. Double Tech Edge Hand is brutal. All right, that's much better. Lightning Bolt into Shadow of Doubt and or Is It Charm? That is awesome. This is tricky. If I play this thing tapped, he doesn't really have a choice. I'm going to play it untapped. I need to be able to bolt his turn 1 play here. I'm telegraphing that I have a bolt for his turn 1 play, but I mean, if he just doesn't play it, then I'm fine with that too. If he does, then I just bolt it. Is it Charm? Probably just going to kill a creature this time, but Shadow of Doubt can get you. I mean, I can really get him with that. It can be a fetch land, and that's good enough. If not, it can be a Birthing Pod activation, and that's really sweet. All right. Whoa. Hey, man, if you play a Viscera Seer, I will bolt that thing, too. Oh, he's going to Inquisition me. Yeah, you got it. So he can take whatever he wants here. It sucks that he's going to know about Shadow of Doubt, though. That's really lame. And he's, of course, just going to take whatever he feels is best. If he wants to hit that birthing pod and that's all he cares about, he can just do nothing for the next few turns, and he can take my Is It Charm, which is what he's going to do. Yeah, I'm still gonna play Shadow of Doubt just in case he wants to crack a fetch land. Clearly wouldn't do it on his turn, but I will prevent him from doing that. Wow, he's just gonna tear my hand apart. Yeah, you got it. Sucks that he knows about Supreme Verdict now too. These are two really good Inquisitions for him. The first one was bad, but I still had this little trump card right here, but that one was pretty nasty. Hopefully he has one more. If he does, then I'll just Shadow of Doubt in response and then draw something that's not a 1, 2, or 3 drop. Yep. You got it, man. All right, well, that's a good draw. I can get rid of his of his Kitchen Finks the way that we did it before. Or if he goes for a birthing pod here, I can Is It Charm him. But I think I'm going to just get rid of his Kitchen Finks here using my trusty Snapcaster trickery here. I think I'm going to target Is It Charm, though. That way, because that thing still kills Kitchen Finks and it prevents him from playing Birthing Pod if he does have one. So this is the point where if I have Surgical Extraction, I can hit Kitchen Finks because Persist triggers on the stack, but it is in the graveyard and I can strip away his Finks, which is actually really good. Of course, I don't happen to have that card in my hand, but if I did, I could get him. He's going to get to use this Verdant Catacombs. If he just passes a turn, I have to Is It Charm Kitchen Finks. Aristocrat. Sure. And a bird. Well, he's just begging me to play this Wrath, though I don't have the second white source for it, so I can't currently. Yeah, you got it, man. Okay, well, I am then going to Is It Charm this thing. Oops. Wrong colors. And then he'll probably crack this thing now. He makes sure he can get that thing on the battlefield here around my Shadow of Doubt. My Shadow of Doubt's obviously like awful now that he knows that it's there. He can just wait. So I'll probably just cycle it the first chance I get to... if I miss a land drop here, I might cycle it. He knows my whole hand. Yeah, well, that changes things a bit. Snapcaster Mage, Lightning Bolt, Birds of Paradise, leave him with just a Cartel Aristocrat. I don't know that this is really doing anything that amazing here. Yeah, I think I can just ship the turn back here. I can always Snapcaster Mage, block Cartel Aristocrat as well. Then his next wave of creatures get eaten by this, although I'm really not sure when I'm going to have that, so it's kind of sketchy. All right, he's going to beat in there, and I'm going to snap him off again. So that's going to hit Lightning Bolt. And then he's in a bad spot here, because if he sacks Birds of Paradise to give this pro blue, then I can just bolt this thing. I get to keep my Snapcaster Mage and both of his guys are gone. So he just has to let this trade. Which is kind of cool. I mean, it's one of his sack outlets, so that's good. Putting this stop on here because I might want to Lightning Bolt this Birds right now. Don't know if I care. No, I don't think I care. This prevents him from playing anything else. If I bolt the Birds, then he's going to Murderous Redcap. Okay, I'm going to bolt that. That way if I draw a Wrath, if I draw a white source, I can sweep him. He's just doing it for value here, I guess. He's going to get me for 3, but that's okay. Get rid of that. You bet. There you go. All right, Vendilion Click. Sure. We'll get him. This way, in case he's drawn a birthing pod, we can nail it. So let's see what we're working with here. Malira Lingering Souls. So he has Malira. If he hits a sack outlet in the next like turn or so, then he can just kill us. Otherwise, I can let him keep it, but he won't play it until he's going to kill us. I can make him ship Lingering Souls, but if I draw him into something, then he just kills me. Both of these cards, you know, we can deal with Supreme Verdict, but again, he knows it's there. Feel still like shipping Malira is probably the right thing to do. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I mean, he couldn't kill us this turn. He needs to crack that right away. Again, Shadow of Doubt's just rotting in our hand. I mean, I can't wait to just cycle this thing away, but I'm given the chance. If he attacks here, I'm definitely blocking. He is. Great. Let's get these guys in your yard, man. So now he plays Lingering Souls and flashes it back, and we hopefully Supreme Verdict him, and then we should be in a decent spot. Flash it back? No, he doesn't want to flash it back. That's interesting. All right, so let's cycle this thing. Or cast it. All right, we drew a Sulphur Falls. Okay, that's a land, but a pretty miserable one. The good news is we get to do this. For 2, if we draw a land, we can just Verdict him. He's playing around our Verdict. Again, he knows it's there, so he just doesn't want to play into it. All right, here's a Cryptic. Yeah, that's a good draw. Always a good draw, right? I mean, as long as you can play it. So he's going to attack. We're just going to let him. I don't care. If he untaps and plays something, he's not. All right, so we're just going to do this then. Cast for 2. Prefer 3, but 2 is okay. And there's a Scalding Tarn, which is going to allow us to get white mana. And we can just Wrath him here, or I can wait. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So we can't do... It's going to be a little too long to do both, so let's just Wrath here. He's going to keep playing around it anyway. We've got a Lightning Bolt if he plays something really pesky. Again, we don't get Cryptic Command mana up, but yeah, so it goes. Flashback Lingering Souls happens. He has 2 cards in his hand. He just does nothing. All right. Play that. Say go. We'll just take a couple of damage here. Don't think I need to bolt one of those quite yet. Maybe I do, actually. It does change the clock dramatically. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll just bolt one. Kill that. Take 1. We're going to crack our Scalding Tarns, and we're going to have Cryptic up the whole time. And hopefully we're going to draw just like a Celestial Colonnade or something. We have to Cryptic that. That'll kill us very quickly. All right, there's a Surgical. That's interesting. He's going to play a Malira right now. We can Surgical away his Kitchen Finks here. They run fewer Murderous Redcaps, generally speaking. Malira's is just going to be a beater, though. Yeah, let's do it. Let's get his Finks out of here. We get to look at that last card in his hand, too. It's a Forest. All right, so get these out of here. Yeah, so that's the only Murderous Red Cap that he has left. Otherwise, he just has a bunch of stuff to kill us like normally. He can just basically value us out from here. So, all right. So we just have to draw spells, basically. If we just... Yeah, there's one. If we just draw more spells, then we're going to be in pretty good shape. He's not going to really have access to, like, super powerful stuff. Just grindy stuff. Which is good. I mean, don't get me wrong. But, yeah. All right, so let's tap his team. Can still cast another Cryptic. And draw a card. I just want to draw cards at this point. Yeah, there we go. There's the other Cryptic I was saving the mana for. And hopefully we just hit another... we've used up 2 of our Snapcasters. We still have 1 left. Haha, got you. That card is devastating against us on this particular board state. Okay, now we're talking. So I have some options here. Let's see what we draw. Well, let's just do that then. Sometimes the options present themselves in a more straightforward way. Suck it, Forest. Oh man, sometimes we just run very good. Whoop! And sometimes we target the wrong forest. It's irrelevant, but it's funny that I did that. All right, we're in the driver's seat here. Got a Johnny Vengeant. We're going to be drawing 5 cards. Ooh, that's a good draw. Ooh, that's a very good one. That is going to change things dramatically. I mean, I guess eye for an eye, right? We drew really well with those last 2, and he got us right back. This is going to put us to a 3-turn clock, though, which is nice. And we hit a verdict, so like you do. And we've also got a Lightning Helix here. All right, so let's keep this tapped down. Play one of these. Verdict you. Stop on your draw step. Do we want to surgical anything away here? I don't think there's anything that's super scary here. I think we can just let him have it. Yeah, because all we really need to do is make sure that he doesn't... Oops. I think that can go get the mountain still, so let's do it this way. All right, so we got him. All right, so that was modern. And actually a really common matchup, too. Red, White, Blue versus Melirapod are definitely 2 of the better decks in the format right now. So hopefully that was fun for you guys. We should be up for our second round of our real event here in just a few short minutes.